Welcome back to our channel. I'm Aisha Snow, and I would love it if you guys can like and subscribe so you guys can hear about how I will be healing my alopecia. This has been a very long journey for me, and it's been a very frustrating journey. Obviously, you know, when you look in the mirror one day and you notice that you're losing hair, it can be a very surprising and stressful thing to deal with. So I wanted to start it by saying that there's so many different kind of alopecia situations. There's alopecia where you can have total hair loss on your entire body. There's alopecia where you lose patches, kind of like I did. There's traction alopecia. So many different things can cause alopecia. And so obviously the first step in anything related to your body should be seeking out a doctor and maybe a dermatologist in order to get the information that can prove or show you what type of alopecia you may be having. The mistake I made was not addressing it early. I was very embarrassed when I first started noticing, because my hair has always been something that I was praised about, ? Because I don't know. I don't know necessarily why. I know that when I was loose natural and straight hair natural, my hair was longer, but I feel like that's not a good enough reason to praise somebody about their hair. But one of the features that I've always been complimented on was my hair. So realizing that I was starting to lose my hair made me feel less than, I guess, for lack of a better word. So what I did was seek help, and I realized that my iron deficiency, which I don't want to say ignore, because that's not what I do. It's just that sometimes life happens and you're just like, I'll take my vitamins tomorrow, and next thing you know, they've sat on the shelf for like 3 months, for me at least. So one of the most important things was to take my iron supplements. Iron deficiency can cause hair loss, and amongst so many other things. So since I started taking my iron pill, obviously one of the benefits was that my alopecia started healing, but I've also had a lot more energy throughout the day. I also don't get those dizzy spells that frequently. I won't say they've gone away completely, but the dizzy spells caused by iron deficient anemia is no joke. And I've also had somebody comment before that I can't remember what it could cause, but I think if you're iron deficient, it can also cause clots. I didn't have that issue, but take your health seriously is my first point. Iron pills are easy to come by, at least for me. Let me not make a general statement. For me, iron pills are easy to come by, and I can get them from CVS, Target, Rite Aid, Walmart, so many different places. A tip for iron deficiency, though, is that I learned that your body absorbs it better when some source of vitamin C is being taken along with it. You can choose to outright take vitamin C, but I heard that, orange juice can suffice as well. I also take a one-a-day pill. I've been taking one-a-days for forever, it feels like. I remember when I was in high school, my mom got me one-a-day teen, and ever since then, I've just taken one-a-day as my multivitamin. I switched to the gummies, unfortunately, because for some reason, I don't know. I know gummy vitamins are very popular right now. I don't necessarily like gummy vitamins because who needs that extra sugar and stuff like that? Right when you wake up or right before you go to bed or whenever you decide to take your vitamins. But that's what I had to switch to because that's all I could find. And the reason I'm taking iron pills on top of my one-a-day is because for some reason the gummies, at least the ones that I found, do not have iron in them. So I supplement that myself. But one-a-days also has, one-a-day women specifically, has biotin, which is great for hair, and vitamin B, and all those little vitamins that are great for women's reproductive systems and hair growth and all those beautiful, fun things. And the last vitamin that I take is ashwagandha. Every time I say ashwagandha, it sounds like a strain of so that's what I think of. Not that I mean if you get my drift, but it just kind of sounds like that. Anyways, I take ashwagandha because I do feel the stress relief benefits of it. I feel like a lot of people think that it's a placebo, and I can see why you would think that because it became popular in the last year or two. But I take ashwagandha because I do feel the stress relief, And I feel like, I'll talk about this a little bit more later, but I feel like stress was a indicator or a cause of my alopecia as well. So now I want to talk about some of the DIY products that I make for myself that are topical and that I've been using in the last, I want to say 2 years, in order to promote hair growth. So when I realized that my hair was falling out, again, I didn't go to the doctor first, big mistake, but I did go to Google, Google University. So I looked up like natural things that can grow your hair, because I feel like if there's a holistic route, I feel like you should take it first. One of the things that I found that is really beneficial and really helpful in my hair growth journey has been rosemary. I made my own rosemary oil. I have not made a video. I think I used to have a video, but I think I took it down because I was looking busted in that video. But I make my own rosemary oil. I use avocado oil as a base. I've tried other oils as a base, like grapeseed oil, because it has a high smoke point and it has to be in the pot for a while. But I did not like the smell of the grapeseed oil, and so I went back to avocado oil. Whatever base oil you want to use to make your homemade rosemary oil, you know, pick one that is beneficial for you, and make sure that, you know, you have it on low heat for a little while so that it can extract as much of the rosemary as possible. Another thing I looked up, but I have not tried because I cannot find it near me, is cloves. I've been wanting to implement cloves in my rosemary oil. I like to DIY a lot of things for my body because then I know what goes in and on my body. So if I can find some cloves, I've seen them on Amazon, but I'm always weary about ordering certain things on Amazon because it's Amazon. But if I can find cloves near me, or, you know, maybe when I'm visiting my mom, I will definitely make my next set of oils with cloves in them as well. A few purchase products that I found to help with my alopecia were wild growth oil, black tea, green tea, and castor oil. Obviously, wild growth oil is in the name. It has a lot of different things in there to help grow and nurture your hair, and I mix it in with my rosemary and clove oil. A lot of people do not like the smell of it. My sister cannot stand the smell of wild growth oil, and I understand, but when I make my rosemary oil, I put some essential oils in there that tends to mask the smell of the oils completely. The next thing was black tea. I haven't done this in a while, to be honest, but I used to take black tea and green tea and put like the whole packet. I don't get those, there's like these plasticky packages that you can get that recently came out that they cause microplastics to be in your teas and stuff like that, but I never used those. I use like the old school kind of like cloth feeling tea bags, and I used to just put one of each into my oil and let it simmer with the rosemary and then strain it all out later. And the last thing was castor oil. I found castor oil way back when I was, not way back, but like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when I was still straight hair natural. And when I found castor oil, my hair like sprouted from my head. Like, it was amazing, to be honest. Like, castor oil was like my secret weapon. Not so secret weapon, because if anybody asked, I would always tell them that castor oil was what I used to grow my hair back then. And so I still use castor oil to this day. I find it a little bit heavier for locks, so I don't put it on my scalp anymore. A little bit goes into my oil remedy or my oil solution, but I don't put it directly on my scalp anymore because, again, it's very dense. And since I've started working out more this year, it's just, I can't imagine that being a good combination. And the final thing I wanted to talk about is what I said I was going to go back to previously, is stress reduction. So I can't help it. Well, I can once I figured it out. But stress is one of those things that I can sit in a room and stress myself out just by like thinking too hard. You know, anxiety is one hell of a situation. But I have found different outlets in order to not stress myself out. I don't know if any of you guys came from my other channel or what, but I used to have another YouTube channel where I used to talk about bags and all those kind of things. It's still over there, and I do plan on uploading soon, but that whole situation stressed me out a lot because the collaborations I was doing were very intensive for not that much of a reward, and all those kind of things. Cutting out things in your life that's not serving you, even though there may be a consequence to it, even like, well, it's a minor consequence for me. But the benefit of it was me just being happier overall and less stressful. So I feel like stopping my uploading on that channel, even though that channel was how I was making money as like a little part-time job, side business, whatever, has been very beneficial to me. As I said, I do plan on uploading over there again soon, but I plan on uploading something I actually enjoy, because I knew that the bag thing was an easy thing to do. And sometimes the best things in life are not the easiest things to do. So whatever it is in your life that is causing you stress, if you have the power to change the narrative, I feel like you should. And that is all I have for today's video. I feel like I should show you guys what my middle part looks like now, because that's where I was losing the hair. I feel like I probably inserted a picture, and I will put up the picture right now again so you guys can see, but it is so much better. It hasn't looked like this for a long time, and I'm just so happy that it's come back. Hair is such a complicated thing, but like in the Black community, hair means so much, and I'm just glad that I have found solutions to make mine feel like mine again. It is not, obviously, you know, there's still a pretty big gap between like the first couple locks in my middle part, but again, compared to this picture of what my hair used to look like, I have accomplished something great, and I really hope and pray that I have helped someone out there who's dealing with alopecia, especially if it's a type of alopecia where there is a possibility that your hair can come back. My mom and my sister has also dealt with alopecia, and you know, their hair has come back too. So I just like spreading a little bit of knowledge. We don't gatekeep around here. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope to see you guys in next Wednesday's video, and I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your week. All right, bye.